Hello there again. So today I'm going to be talking about the Christmas specials. There is only two of them, but they're long enough to where it could warrant a commentary track of their own. So even though Christmas is far off, let's get back into the spirit with the first one, simply titled the Dyercentral Christmas Special.
A beautiful, snowless, sunshiny day. A sign that
Californian Christmas is well on its way.
Here sleeps Dylan on joyous Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It's not to find out that it's not Christmas.
Basically, the idea of this one was
No, Dylan, it's actually Christmas.
that all the Dyercentral guys, so the four of us, me, Alex, Dylan, and Rob, would get together and just watch these Christmas sketches. That of course I made up. But of course the problems start with, first of all, the setup. The fact, it starts off with Dylan running around and gathering everyone, telling Rob it's Hanukkah time and everyone else it's Christmas time. If you notice, the announcer says it. Oh, there's my aunt in the background. The announcer says that it's Christmas Eve, or he's about to, but Dylan misunderstands him. Something I've noticed in recent years, that never leads to anything. Like, that's just one example of how the writing in this never worked right. Just things like that, they never led anywhere. And yes, here we go, watching the Christmas movie. I do like this shot though, where we can see that they're watching the TV and all. The Terminator Christmas special. I wish I could have balanced the sound a little better, but basically, this is back in the day when I was recording by holding my camera to the speaker and just recording the audio of that. And the reason I had to put the volume up so loudly was because otherwise you'd hear people in the background. Because I didn't have any kind of audio editing, too. And that's why you can barely hear everything. Santa Assurance. This is meant to be a running gag, too, but it never worked out that well. Like most things. And here's another sketch that didn't work out that well. It's an insignificant life with Dylan. If you'll notice, once we get to the new Dyercentral Christmas special, or whatever you want to call it, it's basically reusing these ideas and trying to improve them, but failing at sometimes just as badly.
That's not true, Dylan.
In case you didn't get that, basically he faded in, then faded out, and then faded in again, realizing he actually went there for a reason. Once again, another character of mine that I didn't add into the puppy hour thing. I'm not sure if that was just subconsciously because I hate the hell out of this character. I don't think it's funny, I don't think anything. And I think I improved it, at least a little, in the new Dyercentral Christmas special.
Where in the world where you don't exist?
Because even I don't get the character. Like, what's his deal? Oh yeah, here we go, we're showing off our skills. In case it isn't overly obvious, Alex at the time had been going to Taekwondo for like 7 or 8 years or something like that. And I couldn't, I had been going for 0. I had never took any kind of martial arts class. Oh god, our heads are cut off.
Yes, but
Believe it or not, this was the least of our problems with this skit. Jeez. Watching this is almost painful, like, possibilities. If you notice there, at the very end, Dylan made a noise with his mouth. That was kind of what Dylan did whenever he pretended to punch people or pretended to slap people, he added in the sound effects himself. And it was subconscious, too. That was the funny thing. So I think once I had to tell him, no, don't make the sound effect with your mouth or something like that. And of course the fact that Rob is playing with puppets is a reference to his Frio Free Nobody channel, which was in full swing back then, and his Chef Fredo character and all.
But very humorous videos on YouTube.
Strange but very humorous videos on YouTube. He always does that. Yeah, that's the idea. I hate that I keep on referencing the new one, but I do like how with this one, basically he leaves and nobody cares, like nothing changes at all. And in the other one, like another insignificant character leaves, but I throw a twist in there that it is the worst possible thing. Everyone is dead, and it makes no sense. That's why it's funny. And yeah, here's brain surgery. God, my camera footage is so bad. You couldn't even tell what I was looking at. I was watching brain surgery though. Brain surgery show. As you can see, even now, the brain surgeon is sounding so different from the original sketch. Like, I couldn't match the voice correctly. Like, hello, like, even now I can't match the voice. That was, brain surgery was just a one-in-a-lifetime thing. Horrible continuity in this. I went through 3 world wars. You know, as bad as some of the sketches Old Man Dyer is in, he's as funny as hell to me. And he was gonna have a pretty good run in a different sketch I was playing called where he played a character called what was it, Wrinkle Man, like it was a superhero, Wrinkle Man. This was basically this was the Halloween specials. There was gonna be a zombie special and a Freddy Krueger one.
Look at these happy customers.
Look at these happy customers. I still think that part's funny. But yeah, the thing with just quickly, how you know how it's named the Queque Christmas Carol? Originally I was gonna have it be kind of cute and have the letters all begin with a K, so it goes Queque Christmas Carol. But then I realized what the acronym spelled and just left it. This is the first and I think maybe only appearance of Skylar in the videos. Skylar, if you don't know, is a great guy. I think like when we first met him, he was really eccentric and over the top and all, and originally we almost had him in the Extreme Badminton, you know, the one that never came, but yeah, but you know, of course that never happened. But, you know, he's a great guy, and I honestly wish that we had set up everything better and we didn't have the freaking extended family in the other room making it difficult to shoot and all. Because he's honestly a really funny guy, and it was really great to work with. And I do like how this is written, but I wish I could have executed it better.
How are you going to show me this? Are you going to use magic or something?
So with the Halloween specials, basically we, well, one year I decided to make a Halloween specials. There was a zombie one, there was a Freddy Krueger one. Dylan was really excited about the Freddy Krueger one because he was a huge fan of that series. I was really excited for the zombie one. So I wrote up this whole thing and I invited everyone over. But then, just as everyone was arriving, my aunt canceled it. She said, no, you can't have anyone over, you can't film anything, just because she was having a really bad day, and she just stopped everything. So that ruined that. And then we tried to do it again. And this time we got it all filmed. Like, I was really careful about this one. I made sure not to piss her off, not to do anything. We got it all filmed, we got it all nice and ready, and we got it all the way to the editing stage, and then the computer was stolen from me. Like, basically they confiscated it and refused to give me any of the footage back or anything that was mine, including like programs that I had paid for and all on the thing. Like, it was just gone. And really disappointing, really, really bad. And yeah, the Halloween specials are lost forever. Even the scripts for them are just gone. At least with Back to the Scooter, it has a script. And, there was a few scenes shot for Back to the Scooter that aren't going to make it in, sadly, but, at least I have the script, and, the potential to make it is still there. But, if I'm going to do the Halloween specials, it'll be basically from memory, and the original ones are gone forever, which is a real shame.
Let me guess. You're going to drag me off to a graveyard.
So if you notice there's other people in there, that's my extended family. My aunt was in the background at one point. That family that was eating by a table, which you could hardly see. Star Wars Holiday Special. That was my aunt and uncle and my two cousins.
Alright, what channel is it?
I don't know, changes every year.
I think Rob put in that joke a bit about how it changes every year, the Hanukkah channel. And yeah, I'm not sure if there was like something going on in there or not, if we cut a sketch, because it just goes to, oh, this is awful, turn it off, so there's no sketch there.
No.
It's time for
And
Santa's
the porn channel.
ho, ho.
This just joke I like, how they're watching the porn channel's Christmas special and it's Santa's ho ho ho's.
Pepperoni pizza.
I'm a vegetarian. I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Pepperoni pizza and there's so many jokes in this that don't work. And I've had Rob has sometimes asked me which of the two Christmas specials do you prefer the most. And I usually say the later one, but him and I both admit they both have merits to them. They both have things that are good and bad about them. Oh god. Here's my parody of the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. House Fryer. He was gonna be in the Halloween special, believe it or not. Everyone was gonna be in the Halloween special. Part of the zombie one, or was the Freddy Krueger one, was that they're all at a party. All the characters are at a party and stuff, and it's hilarious. Yes, and Rob is playing the guy.
I sprang from my bed to see what was
a lot of these I might say, oh, there's Komon. You can see Komon in the background. Hey, Komon. A lot of these things I might say that they were well written, but not very well executed.
What to my wondering eyes would appear?
But this one, I think it's both. The sketch here. And that's why I don't like this one that much. Mainly because it had hope for it, but it just never worked. With the Halloween special, like, that's another reason. I know I'm droning on about that during the Christmas special, but the Halloween special was, a lot of the shots and stuff I was excited for. They looked really good, and, I thought, yeah, this could totally work. I could totally make this. But, it never happened. Whereas in this one, basically after it was shot, I already knew this isn't gonna turn out right. This isn't gonna work. But damn it, I was gonna try. I remember Rob, when he was watching Alex in the fat suit and the beard, Rob could not stop cracking up. Or, yeah, and I think once, like, during the whole thing about I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself, or something.
In spite of myself.
Yeah, I told him to laugh, and I remember him saying to me, that's not gonna be hard, or something like that.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work.
Yeah, but I remember, like, Alex would just do something, like, kind of funny. He just tore down my stocking, the bastard.
Out the door, he rose.
I slapped him 5-0. And if you notice, yep, Alex didn't know I was following him with the camera, and yeah, there we go.
He sprang to his sleigh, and to his team gave a whistle.
I know Rob at the moment is embarrassed about his old hair, but to be honest, I think that the hair looks pretty damn cool. I know he doesn't agree, but still. Yes. Dedicated to my mom. Yeah, she was the one that asked me to do a sketch, so I decided to do this. It could have turned out better, honestly. Oh, this song here, this is from Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. In case you're wondering, the reason I put that in is because Rob Bergman hates that song. And of course, anything that Rob hates, I instantly love. So yeah, I purposely put that in there to mess with him, and it worked. So yeah. Okay, so here is the new Dyercentral Christmas special, or as I like to call it, the Dyercentral Christmas special, remade, reimagined, and really good. Now, with this one, basically, its entire point was to correct the mistakes of the original Dyercentral Christmas special. And honestly, I do think it's better. As I mentioned before, like, people ask me what's my favorite. It is this one, although it has mistakes, and it has very jarring mistakes, but it is better. Because here's my logic to it. In my opinion, the original one, none of the sketches worked. Like, none of them, and in their entirety, worked. But in this, they do. At least a few of them work. Some of them don't, but a few do. See, it's the same premise. He's sitting on the couch watching the movies and stuff. The Nut House is a parody of the Asylum. See, this one doesn't work. It's a Wonderful Life Sacco half works. The bits with Mr. Dyer, I think, work really well. And later with Old Man Dyer's Christmas sing-alongs, I think that works. And just that, I think, is enough to where it's much better than the original. But still not good. Sheriff Lloyd. Yeah. But you see, when I made this, the idea was to correct the mistakes of the first one and stuff, and it was intended to be like a remake. So if you think I'm just reusing ideas, yeah, that's the idea. I am reusing ideas. Yeah, my grandma put a day-by-day calendar of cats, and that's what you're seeing inside the stocking right there. Yeah, my grandma was is kind of like a she has like a Hindu-like religion and doesn't really celebrate Christmas, and that's why there's not that many Christmas decorations up. But they are there. There's some. Um, this thing is my reason. Like, I was really considering at one point to go back and redo like Brain Surgery or redo the Extreme series, make them better. But after I made this, I realized my technical skills haven't actually advanced that much, and it would be stupid to remake them. Because, like, if I made them a few years down the line when I had this really expensive editor and I had all these special effects and all, and I was an experienced director and editor and stuff, like, maybe it would work. But at the moment, no. And back then, no, I wasn't prepared to remake the Christmas special either. So maybe one day I will remake them. The originals will always be there and they'll always be cherished. But maybe one day they will be remade. See, this I actually like, especially since it's kind of an homage to what Old Man Dyer was originally going to be. Because I think I mentioned before, his original intent was to do music video parodies. So, if you read all the names that are here, I actually have like running gags and really funny stuff in there. I saw Mummy fucking Santa Claus. Who are you? Yeah, old people jokes. They're funny, believe me. please just think they're funny. I'm a cranky old man, but at least I still have my virginity. Yeah. Like, this is the thing, I love this scene. If you just took this commercial out of context, it's great. Yes, that was the room I was in. If you notice, that's Chadwick Jones's room, and Mr. Dyer's hideout, and many other things. Because, you know, I'd only the one set. Oh, here we go, Henry Hippie's Christmas Vacation. This is another scene I think works mostly. A little bit towards the end, I think, like, it's like, it doesn't get the point across right. But I'll explain when we get there. Basically, the idea is that it's showing Henry Hippie just freaking out and all this. Right now, he's reading Les Miserables and the dictionary because he has no idea what these words mean. And basically, the idea was that this one has so little to do with Christmas that it's the most infuriating. Destroy Christmas. I guess this is a prelude to him, like, trying to destroy Dyercentral. This is Rob singing the lyrics. I believe I wrote the lyrics, but he sung them, and he did a great job. The reason I had him do it was because when I was doing the rhyming in the original one, it was just awful. Not to mention, I am musically tone deaf, and without him, that whole Les Miserables singing thing never would have worked. He was clearly the superior singer. He wrote the superior lyrics in there, and it never would have worked without him, man. Like, I owe him a bunch. And I destroyed Christmas. I believe, was that a calculator I used to blow up Christmas? Whatever. Oh, it's Christmas at ground zero. It's what I used an explosion for in that earlier thing. But that was the Christmas special, guys. So, I hope you guys have a great, very, very early Christmas. And the next episode I'm doing is going to be the very first Dyer situation, or at least very first vlog about movies. It didn't become Dyer situation for a few, but I'll explain all of that in the next one, the Dark Shadows commentary. Alright, see you then.